Hello friends, Techman Pat here, hope that you are well. Welcome to this week's episode of The Dirt Report, the home of tech and telco news before it was cool, though I'm not sure if it's cool anymore. What has cooled down this fortnight has been the news. It's been rather quiet, but we have some interesting stories for you today, so stay tuned. Also remember to like this video if you did and smash that subscribe button to support us. Today we have NBN Co finally stepping up to supporting disadvantaged families, MyGov is set to be audited, and Telstra plans to expand connectivity and stay number one. With that, let's get started by rolling the intro. The cost of living is only going up, and with that there are many costs one would look to cut. However, in today's world, home internet isn't one of them. Cutting your home internet in Australia will put your family on the back foot, either in education or even access to the government services. That's not taking into account the lack of entertainment you will be facing without the internet. In a turn of good news, according to the NBN Co statement of corporate intent, linked below, they are looking to support disadvantaged families even further in the right for affordable internet access. During the ACCA NEC 2022 conference, Sam DeMarco, NBN Co's General Manager of Segments and Stakeholder Relations, said NBN Co is considering taking the model used to support remote Indigenous communities and repurposing it to support disadvantaged urban families. The plan would be to use public housing Wi-Fi as a distribution system by providing fiber into the state houses, and an RSP would offer free access or heavily subsidized paid access to the building or area Wi-Fi. This would be similar to the way NBN Co connects their Sky Master satellites to a single endpoint at a remote Indigenous community, which is then set up as a central Wi-Fi hotspot for the residents. In the statement of intent, NBN Co highlights their important role in supporting disadvantaged Australians. It reads, NBN Co has an important role to play in supporting the nation's social well-being and economic productivity and prosperity. In essence, we exist to make a positive difference in people's lives. In line with government policy and strategic objectives, the company will focus particularly on helping connect more seniors, low-income customers, and remote First Nations peoples. The company will also support the government's commitment to provide free internet access for up to 12 months for school children living in households that do not currently have broadband connections. This is all very good news, and it looks like some of Labor's promises are slowly coming to fruition. We'll watch this space closely, looking out for a report on how well this program actually went. That will be the real tell. Let me know below, do you think NBN can pull this off and make an actual impact? And speaking of promises, here is another. Since tax season is gone and upon us, I guess depending when you did your tax return, the discussion around the dinner table must be the new MyGov UI, the more powerful and colourful way to experience Australian bureaucracy. Many months ago, our now PM Anthony Albanese made a few promises before the federal election. Aside from a better NBN, modern power grids, more tech jobs, and a royal commission into Robodebt, it looks like there was one more promise, and this week it got wind under its wings. It's the audit of the Australian government's online portal, MyGov. I'm sure we all dearly love MyGov, but since MyGov has been less than reliable than the Russian army, it was time to set the house in order. After all, there is a lot of pressure on MyGov. As you know, users have to link their ATO, job search, Centrelink, child support, Department of Health applications portal, Department of Veterans Affairs, Housing Victoria online services, Medicare, My Aged Care, National Disability Insurance schemes, National Redress schemes, State Revenue Officer Victoria, and My Health Records services, all through MyGov for them to technically function properly. There's a 2-year program for improving MyGov underway at the moment that ends in mid-2023, and the audit is expected to help inform any next steps for the upgrade of the MyGov platform. Bill Shorten, who managed to draw the short straw and absorb the MyGov project into his portfolio, said, "We've moved quickly on our election commitments to identify the changes needed to improve MyGov's reliability, functionality, and deliver a more user-friendly experience. We've recently seen the first significant updates to MyGov in a number of years, but the evolution of the MyGov into a service that truly unifies government digital services to make life easy for Australians will be consistently improved." Chairing the audit is former Telstra CEO David Theody, who also chaired a recent inquiry into the Australian Public Service. He'll be joined by former Human Rights Commissioner Edward Santo, E-Safety Commissioner Julie Inman Grant, and social epidemiologist Professor Emily Banks, and the former head of Global Economics Policy at Uber, Amit Singh. The audit is expected to start in the next few weeks, and the report will be released by the end of the year, though I expect the public version to be delayed a bit. Let me know how your experience of MyGov has been this year. Let's chat below. Here we go, the last story, which also means a reminder to like this video and tap the subscribe button. And if you would like to support us, check how you can do that in the description of the video. Telstra and OneWeb in the UK have in partnership been working on a low Earth orbit satellites LEO to enhance mobile coverage, and looks like the testing has gone very well. So the next stop is Australia. In Telstra's T25 plan, they have outlined their mission to be the leader in mobile coverage, and so with OneWeb's LEO satellites, they can take on territories that are yet to be served, but also enhance those that are currently being limited by their existing mobile technologies. The Australian telco wants to enhance the linkages for its most distant customers, and the two firms have signed a letter of intent as a phase towards reaching a commercial agreement. Telstra Group Executive for Networks and IT, Nikos Katinakis, says Telstra is excited to be collaborating with OneWeb to explore new ways to provide nationwide, high-quality and continuous digital connectivity, especially in remote and regional areas. LEO satellite connectivity provides our customers, small businesses and enterprise customers with a lot of exciting possibilities, especially those who need continuous coverage or extra redundancy for backhauling to backup, for resilience, for IoT applications, for supporting emergency services, for rural broadband and for agri-tech. Telstra's most remote customers will now be able to test use cases on OneWeb's live constellation in Australia. OneWeb APAC Vice President David Thorne said it's great to be part of a team that is helping advance Telstra and OneWeb's global technology leaderships, and thereby improve the quality of life for people living in remote and underdeveloped areas in Australia and across Asia Pacific. Telstra's dedication to meeting the needs of these regions has been inspiring, and we look forward to working with Nikos and his team for years to come, as well as Telstra new CEO Vicki Brady. There are 428 satellites out of OneWeb's 648 already in constellation in low Earth orbit. The remainder will be launched in the coming months. Let me know what you think. Could this give way to new competition for Starlink, or are they just untouchable at the moment, the recent push in Australian coverage? Let's chat below. And so on that ask, it's time to end this episode. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you like this video if you did and subscribe to support us. See you in the next day report or maybe a video review. Either way, bye!